Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Friday. Yes, happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday, October 22nd, 2021, and we're back for, well, the episode to wind down one hell of a week in cryptocurrency. Launch of an ETF, new all-time highs on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and now a bit of a Friday flop as, markets pull back a bit today. Bitcoin down about 8%, I think, from its all-time highs from 48 hours ago. Yep, we wicked as low as 10.6% from the highs, guys, and we're currently hanging on bitterly to the 61.2 level. What comes next? We're going to be, of course, diving into the charts, into the market analysis, heading into the weekend trading session to answer the big question on everybody's mind. We formed like a double top here. Are we preparing for a deeper correction, or we would be looking for opportunities to, maybe enter on the pullback? I know that's what I promised myself earlier this week. Now that I'm looking at the pullback, this might be the good entry here. Maybe this is where I should pull the trigger, but I will save, that conclusion till maybe after I hear what Alex has to say, maybe even Jason, who's with us today. In fact, let's bring the two analysts on. Hope everybody enjoyed Justin staying with us yesterday. Justin will be returning, I think, for Thursdays. Yes, Justin will be a regular feature on the show once a week, at least on Thursdays. But we have two of our very faithful and very, very effective, very productive analysts. We got them both here. Alex and Jason are with us. You just heard Alex. Alex, how are you today?
Well, thank you. How are you?
Good stuff. Help with Jason. Jason, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm still glad I didn't take that Bitcoin long.
I can see, yeah.
It does appear that the narrative that we were explaining of Bitcoin dominance falling and letting Bitcoin fall go sideways a little bit to let alts catch up. Alts have been holding here pretty well, and I think you see evidence of that in bubbles. So perhaps we just go sideways from here a little bit over the weekend. I mean, maybe even a dip to like 52, but I'll be interested to see what happens. I mean, we could just be building support here. We don't know.
Indeed. We're going to be diving into all that and more, including a look at the bubbles, because indeed, there's some very green bubbles out here in the space today. There's definitely some gems popping off this Friday, so a bit of credence being lent to the thesis that we've been floating on the show, or at least Jason has on the show and in his analysis that you might have read in the server under trades, right? Signals or market analysis?
Yeah, analyst signals, but I talked about it in members lounge as well.
There you go. Yes, you might have heard Jason's thoughts on it in the last few days. It does seem like what's actually happening right now in the market. So we're going to get into all that and more, guys. We do have a very fun-packed 90 minutes in store for you today. We are, of course, going to cover a bit of news before we take a look at the bubbles. We shout out the audience, and then, of course, we're going to get into the TA. Alex will be helming the charts today, the trading terminal, and of course we'll get into the live chest and your requests in the latter half of the show as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll begin by getting into the first news item today. This one comes from Cointelegraph, titled Valkyrie Bitcoin Futures Linked ETF launches on NASDAQ and share price drops about 3% in the first hour. Yes, another ETF has launched. And this one, the second Bitcoin futures-linked exchange-traded fund in the U.S., began trading on the NASDAQ with an opening price of $25 approximately per share. And according to NASDAQ, the digital asset manager Valkyrie's Bitcoin Strategy ETF, the second exchange-traded fund allowing U.S. investors direct exposure to cryptocurrency futures, opened at a price of $25 per share of the ticker BTF before dropping 3.3% to reach $24.66. At the time of publication, the exchange-traded fund is aimed at tracking the value of Bitcoin futures listed on the CME. Let's see here. Quote, this Bitcoin Strategy ETF is a major leap forward for this asset class, said the Valkyrie CEO. It enables investors to participate in digital asset markets through a regulated, transparent product, trades on trusted, reliable exchanges, and can be bought and sold as easily as any other investment currency currently available. Crypto fund, a major exchange in the second.
That's something that me and Justin were getting at yesterday, was that it's opening up these avenues for these old boomer investors who don't really want to get into like wallets and crypto and stuff like that. It's just easy for them to go to Charles Schwab or some other people and be like, yeah, get me into Bitcoin with that.
Exactly, exactly. And then we've discussed this frequently on the show. Even like self-custody, going the self route is maybe not ideal for a lot of users, maybe even the majority of users. So indeed, the old
Just give me
faithful,
some exposure.
the old trusted way, is definitely a good avenue for, well, investors to get some exposure to crypto. All right, you get the point though, guys. Second ETF launches this week, and well, push the price up on Monday, and here we are getting sold into on Friday. We come full circle, but yet we're still hanging out here above 60. So in the end, I'm happy, and I'll save further judgments till I hear our analyst thoughts in a few minutes. Next piece comes from U.Today. And it's just a little update on something we covered today. Yes, remember yesterday we talked about the Polygon, how it averted what could have been almost $1 billion disaster. Polygon, red hot smart contract platform, L2 decentralized finances hub, shares the details on the largest possible hack in DeFi history. Yes, we covered this yesterday, but what's important to note today, a little development. They paid out the user who found the bug, G3RN, not sure how to pronounce their name, G3RN. Found the bug in Polygon's plasma bridge, could have resulted in a huge loss, and our bounty program payout has been the largest ever. This bug has been fixed. Huh? The man has got 2 million. Nice, eh? Nice. Found the bug, and you get rewarded.
And I like that they say it's a real win for all, in the sense that like we're glad to give away 2 million, but like thanks for finding that and not exploiting it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, this is actually really good.
Anything that some of the hacks have shown is that it's much better to incentivize people to find the hack and turn it in than to find the hack and use it.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Because if I was a hacker and my choice was between stealing like $60 million and then having to worry about trying to get it all into Tornado Cash without ruining my OPSEC and getting caught, and then, having to like return it all. Or I could just go to the company and say, hey, I found this bug, give me some cash. And they're like, okay, here's some cash. And then you're a hero.
Exactly.
Like, obviously.
And you might get a job.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an easier way to just live without any fear, like, or on the run. Like,
yeah, it's amazing.
Get rich and feel good.
Yeah, it's
People
amazing
write
how
stories
this
about
problem has kind of solved itself, as we're maturing as an industry, right? With the decentralized nature of the immutable nature of the blockchain, it does kind of lend itself to, exploiters, hackers, etc., that can make away with the money, and there's no super user to undo some of these things. But it's a miracle. It's actually really nice to see that indeed the incentives are aligning in the way. It's so difficult to really make away with a huge haul of illicit crypto in the space now. Indeed, this is promising. This is good. The incentives indeed are aligning toward people productively reporting and finding bugs rather than exploiting them. So certainly a happy story, and kind of increasingly makes the space look more mature, more capable of fielding disasters if and when they do actually rear their head, right? All right. Go ahead and get to another piece here. This one comes from U.Today. All right, I already kind of mentioned this, of course. Bitcoin pulled back after the second ETF. Let's continue to another one. Here's one from Decrypt titled Reddit Building an NFT Marketplace to Join Ethereum Token Rewards. Interesting.
And be able to use your karma or something.
Right. Everybody getting in on the NFT wagon, including Reddit, apparently. Popular online discussion community Reddit is planning to build its own platform for users to buy and sell NFTs. According to a job listing posted by the company, Reddit's looking for a senior back-end engineer for a NFT platform, and the job listing isn't ambiguous about the firm's plans. According to the posting, the ideal candidate will, quote, design, build, and ship back-end services for millions of users to create, buy, sell, and use NFT-backed digital goods. Well, it's unclear what... Go ahead.
Good luck, Reddit, finding a blockchain developer right now to work on this platform for you. Good luck. Man.
It's funny, because Reddit's quite hostile to NFTs in general.
They're not. They recently released their avatars as NFTs. Like, you can like...
Right.
Get your NFT, your avatar, your little snoo, or I think they're called snoo, right? Yeah, the little avatar for Reddit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big Redditor, but from what little I've observed, they haven't been very warm to NFTs. So this is kind of surprising move in some ways. but still unclear when.
It's not surprising. They need even more sources of money. I mean, they get a lot out of Reddit Gold and Reddit Platinum, but still, especially that now that they've got shareholders to satisfy.
All right, guys. Well, I will leave a link in the description below if you want to take a deeper dive into what Reddit is planning, not just in terms of NFTs, but they've also what did they introduce? Tipping as well. They had the Ethereum-based token reward system. This article does dive into one of the biggest social platforms on the internet, and its foray now into NFTs and crypto. How about that? All right. Let's go ahead and get into another piece here. This is from the Bitcoin News. Facebook picks Coinbase to support its new Novi wallets. Coinbase is helping Facebook launch its latest cryptocurrency project, dubbed Novi, a digital wallet. The product launched early Tuesday morning, and Coinbase, one of the world's most popular digital currency exchanges, was hired to assist with the logistics of the wallet. Social media giant is offering a batch of varying digital currencies to users that will be stored on Coinbase. These assets are available to anybody who signs up to take part in early testing of the Novi wallet. Following the news, stock in Coinbase rose as much as 2%. The product is designed to help people send and receive digital money no matter where they are in the world. The wallet will undergo a short period of testing in both the US and Guatemala before being released to the public. All transactions are alleged to be fully secure and will not incur any fees. All this sounds fine and dandy except for one thing. The wallet is arguably coming a little late. The product, which was first described as Libra, was initially announced in the summer of 2019. This was more than 2 years ago, and with 2022 right around the corner, one wonders if the product is really able to hold any resonance in the crypto space. Same thing happened with BAC, which was supposed to be one of the world's first crypto trading platforms designed for institutions. The product was first announced in late 2018. Through several delays were experienced. It wasn't until 2019 when BAC first arrived, and ultimately lackluster reception. All right, so interesting to think that this Novi wallet is coming. I wish I was a US Facebook user. Maybe I could try and toy around with it on the early release, but I guess I look forward seeing what Novi will offer. Let's see here. Novi wallet does not pertain directly to Bitcoin, so we're probably wrong to assume that Bitcoin will fail if Novi doesn't live up to its hype. Rather, Novi users will primarily utilize the Paxos dollar, a stablecoin known as USDP. The asset is ranked number 100 on CoinMarketCap. All right, so it's mostly a wallet for Paxos and a stablecoin. I'm curious to see what sort of applicability this Paxos wallet will bring to Facebook wallet users, Novi wallet users. Very, very curious to see where Facebook takes.
I just heard recently that Facebook is changing its name.
Yeah, that's right. Rebrand coming. You hear about that?
Yeah, they're basically turning Facebook into a metaverse or something.
Yes, exactly.
Which is super interesting.
I think metaverse is going to be like the new social media. They want to continue to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they bought Oculus.
Exactly.
The Oculus Rift, it connects to Facebook. They've been doing this. This has been their plan for a few years now. There's a little less coy this year.
Exactly. And as an early user of the Quest 2s, the first Facebook designed Oculus devices, or Facebook owned devices, you can certainly see that when you're using the device. You can kind of see what they are kind of building out. Basically, a whole bunch of VR tools designed to take your office meetings into the VR space, and a whole bunch of other things, socializing, nights out at the comedy club, etc. It's all how Facebook sees how people will socialize in the future through the VR environment. And now, I guess, even rebranding and taking advantage of the shift toward the metaverse and a whole new human experience apparently on the digital realm. But with that said, guys, let's go ahead and get into another news topic or two before we get into the next segment here, because here's a story from Bitcoin.com. Walmart is now allowing customers to buy Bitcoin at over 200 stores. Interesting. What's this about? Let's see here. Bitcoin can now be purchased at 200 Walmart stores in the US, the company reportedly said on Thursday. This is part of a pilot program with Coinstar operating machines that allow customers to exchange US coins for paper bills or gift cards. The pilot began earlier this month, according to Walmart spokesperson. To buy Bitcoin at participating Walmart stores, customers need to visit a Coinstar kiosk located within the Walmart. They must have an account with the cryptocurrency exchange CoinMe. It's CoinMe, and each purchase carries a transaction fee of about 4% and a cash exchange fee of 7%. Wow, about 11% fees. That's about average for ATMs and such. Purchasers will receive a voucher that can be redeemed for Bitcoin instantly over at CoinMe. Coinstar noted you can only use paper money to buy Bitcoin at Coinstar, emphasizing that coins are not accepted for Bitcoin purchases. Coinstar and CoinMe have yeah, well, you have a whole jar full of old coins you wanted to trade in?
Yeah, I'll go dump some.
Coinstar and
Turn into some
CoinMe
Bitcoin.
have
Why not coins into coins, baby?
Coinstar and CoinMe have collaborated to offer Bitcoin at more than 8,000 kiosks, including 200 Walmart location. Coinstar, blah, blah, blah. All right, so this really is starting to sound like a bit of a press release from Coinstar, but nonetheless, hundreds of... Oh, here's a little look at what the Coinstar kiosk looks like. And, yeah, I guess Americans will now have access to Coinstar locations at 200 Walmarts across the nation. Just another avenue. Maybe the average Walmart shopper, not to take a dig at Walmart shoppers, but maybe the average Walmart shopper is not quite the techie that's getting their crypto direct from Coinbase or Gemini or wherever. Maybe the average Walmart user needs to be able to walk into a Walmart and get their sats that way, the old-fashioned way.
Get their sats.
Indeed. Hopefully EBT cards work at this machine. All right. Playing around here, but let's go ahead and get into maybe one last story for today. Yeah, here's one from Block.crypto, and something we talked about earlier on the show. Coinbase spent nearly $800,000 on lobbying in 2021. 2021's third quarter as part of an influence revamp. Holy crap. Well, I'll show you here, okay. What is that? It's a drop in the bucket. I'm glad somebody in the space is...
I agree. I am glad someone is lobbying in the space.
Lobbying game. If you don't do it, somebody else is going to have to. Coinbase has rebooted its lobbying activities in recent months to become one of the crypto industry's biggest spenders in Washington. In addition to a range of new contracts with law and lobbying firms, Coinbase spent a little over $600,000 on its internal lobbying activities, which has been dormant since 2016. The backdrop of new lobbying push is a series of setbacks among federal regulators, as well as heightened attention on the cryptocurrency space on Capitol Hill. All right. I'm kind of low on time, so I'm not going to cover this. The description here, more or less, took some of the key takeaways here. Coinbase apparently was kind of slacking on advocacy and lobbying efforts, apparently since 2016, but they came back in a big way. Q3 dropping nearly $1 million on Capitol Hill lobbying. Well, like you said, glad somebody's doing it. And, has it helped a little bit? Maybe. I'm glad, like I said, somebody's doing it because we certainly need this right now. Here's a piece from Cointelegraph. This will be the final news story for today. And yes, let's continue. It's titled, Crypto Breaks Wall Street's ETF Barrier, a Watershed Moment or a Stopgap. Let's see here. This is an op-ed piece, of course. And it reads, but others like Arca CEO, did I read it? With Bitcoin ETFs, investors won't have to deal with hot cold storage decisions, crypto exchanges, fraud, etc. And convenience does the magic here, says at least one analyst. But another Arca CEO, Rain Steinberg, says they have mixed feelings about these events. While pleased that a much-awaited crypto investment vehicle has finally received regulatory approval, ending 8 years of futility on the part of U.S. fund issuers, he had some misgivings about the product that finally met the approval of the SEC, specifically the fact that it was futures-based and didn't track the price of Bitcoin directly. Quote, we do not think of a Bitcoin futures ETF as a good way to get into Bitcoin, he said in a blog, adding, futures-based ETFs work for short-term trading, but have massive tracking error issues over long periods, which is what most investors are looking for when it comes to Bitcoin exposure. Marcus Hammer, an attorney and principal at Hammer Execution Consulting Firm, agreed with some others that the event was a milestone, yet cautioned, quote, it's only one milestone with quite a journey ahead. And quote, further informing Cointelegraph, he said, as an investor, if you want to go long in crypto, and many do, you prefer a fund that tracks, quote, physical Bitcoin and not a derivative of it. The ProShares ETF is a bet on Bitcoin's future price movements. That is, the product ultimately deviates from the Bitcoin price itself. Next to the fact that ProShares, as the issuer, is just another intermediary and thus counterparty risk for the investor. Many institutional investors will probably wait for a physical Bitcoin ETF tied to the spot market, not the derivatives market that tracks the actual price of the crypto. Campbell Harvey, professor of international business at Duke, told Cointelegraph. The Bitcoin futures market is relatively small, he explained, and, quote, the buying pressure in the futures will lead to a negative roll return, meaning that you're paying for a premium to buy the futures each time you roll over to the next contract. It's far more direct to buy the physical, but the SEC has given no indication they are willing to allow that. Finally, in an interview with CNBC, shortly after the launch, SEC Chair Gary Gensler suggested that the agency had permitted only this indirect path to the crypto space. What you have here is a product that's been overseen for 4 years by U.S. federal regulator, the CFTC, and has been wrapped in something that is within our jurisdiction by the Investment Company Act of 1940, so we have some ability to bring it inside the investor protection realm. And the article goes on. It's actually quite a lengthy piece talking about will pension funds rush in, will attract individuals, and is an Ethereum ETF in the cards? Is this a critical turning point? Quite a lengthy piece here, a nice op-ed concerning ETF, and some wider thoughts and implications of the ETF launching this week. Highly encourage you to check this piece out. I will leave the description to the news stories or the links to the in the description below. All right. Enough of this. It's time to get into the next segment. What's going on in the alt space? Let's go check out the bubbles. All right, bit of a mixed bag today. I guess quite a few alts are giving back single digits. We have a handful of 2 to 5% losers, and we have a small handful of pretty decent gainers. Big
bubbles looked a lot better half hours ago, to be honest with you.
So yes, it has seen a bit of a decline since we fired the laser on the show. But with that said, there's still some outliers here, and there's some pretty big ones. Rune VThor is Thorchain, I should say, is up 18.6%. OKB, the OK token, up a little over 16%. Raven's back on bubbles. Haven't seen Raven trend on here in a while. It's up a little over 13%. Phantom is up a little 12%. Curve nearly 10%. Harmony One Chain up a little over 7%. Solana's up 12%. AVAX 10%. Theta's up a little 10%. eGold and Luna are up just a little under 10%. So there are some decent, even double-digit gainers across the space today, but there's quite a few minor losers, so it's kind of a mixed bag this Friday afternoon. Shout out to anybody holding Rune and Solana and such today, though. Even Raven may be waking up. We will check in on more charts in just a minute, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the live chat. Who's kicking it with us in the audience today? The legendary CC audience is here with us this Friday afternoon. And Daniel of the YouTube chat is first. Hi, guys. Big shout outs to Daniel. Don Candon on YouTube. Got 2 requests, y'all. XRP. All right, hang tight. I will add those to the request line. Mr. Ether, happy Friday. Hit the like button. Yes, good reminder. Hit that like button, guys. Let's see here. The Don wins the challenge. I'm not sure about that. What is the challenge? Come on, Alex. Just put it on request and let Justin find it. Well, Justin isn't with us today, and I think you're trolling us with this North Korean won. XRP North Korean won pair. Am I getting trolled? I think I'm getting trolled. Rhino TD, good evening, fellow Kryptonians. Well, shout out to Rhino TD. Happy Friday, Mr. Ether. Dark Rico, very good evening to Dark Rico as well. Don Candon, unless Justin's not here, then forget about it. Yes, Justin's not here, and therefore we'll save your North Korean won or whatever. North Korean, what do they have there? Yes, the won. We'll save that joke for Monday. Let's have a look here. Rhino TD, all is well indeed. Dark Rico, as always. Simpson YouTube, Simpson YT on DLive. Hello. Don Gandon, the Ibiza type of intro. Let's pop some pills. Well, I'm glad the intro gets those raver juices flowing. Golden Miner on DLive. Shoutouts to you, Golden Miner. Any word on DLive writes good morning. Shoutouts to you, good morning. Any word? Gravy, grits, and greens. Where have you been, Joe Mama? I've been looking to shout you out the last few days. What's up? Figure I get back to trading now that I'm not on the road anymore. And Biddy made me a new all-time high. Ah, yes. Well, I guess you've been on the road, man. Glad you are driving or riding safe, Joe Mama, and welcome back to the show. Glad to hear your Bitcoin bags are looking a little more swole. Well, at least they did earlier this week. Golden Miner morning. I'll mention him already. David Rice, what a wonderful day. Hope you're feeling it too. Yes, I certainly am. It is a wonderful Friday afternoon. Crazy to think October is beginning to wind down. Dark Rico, gravy, bitty, and greens. Yes, gravy, bitty, and greens. Alex, I won 81SG. What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to Alex 81SG. Franklin MC, happy Friday. Nice entry points. Entry points, maybe. We'll take a look at that in a few minutes. B-Flow, hola. Very big hola to B-Flow. Any word requesting Ray, I'll add that. Get you ice cream. Yeah, get those ice creams in. Any word says the fear and greed index has slipped. It's now down to 75 over 100. Well, yes, still quite greedy. Van Frick, evening holders, yes, very good evening to all our everybody in the UK and to the east. Very good evening to you, Isaiah on DLive. Shout out to Isaiah. Van Frick, they are copying acuity.social. Are you talking about Facebook? Acuity.social, never heard of it, but I will check it out. Franklin MC, I had to switch to the phone. Well, shout outs to you listening in on the phone. Ron Legato, who's calling me? Ron Legato, I need to change my nickname to get off my Metalon. Alright, Aaron Webb, how seriously can you take someone with a mask on their face? No comment, let's continue. Pretty serious, saving me from burning building. Oh, you're talking about like,
Talking about Fireman.
Oh, Fireman. Gotcha. I thought you were
He's
talking
got
about
a mask on his face.
I thought you were talking about like Spider-Man or some kind of hero, but I guess
Oh,
so.
that'd be pretty sweet too.
You know, mask vigilantes.
If he ended up being real, man, would that throw my life perspective in a loop.
Right. Let's kick it. Let's wrap up the comments here. A couple more here, Adam. All right, boys, have a great WADA after, we have a great weekly WADA after long signal filtered version. All right, well, we'll check out the weekly.
Seems like he's got a back-tested system on WADA with the volatility filter that's 10 out of 10 so far. So could be something there.
All right, weekly signal. Shoutouts to Adam. How high do you guys believe Bitcoin will go if it's under 100,000 guesstimates? How high will it go if it's under 100? I guess as high as 100. Christians, hold on, if that's what you're asking.
That's kind of a strange.
How high will it go if it stays under 100? I guess as high as 100.
99.999.
Adam, this tests at 88% historically on its own when paired with the volatility confirmer 100%. Wow. Okay, well, I'm getting anxious to mark it in right now. Adam, 10 out of 10 times. Wow. Christian Zelda, before...
YOLO.
Yes, definitely a YOLO move. Profit Bear, I'm out here. Okay, you're out here, Profit Bear. Good to have you here. Sub-Zero is with us with a VRA request. Added that. Back to home system says Franklin MC. Xavier with the request. I'll add that in just a minute. Isaiah says Bitcoin is a buy now. Okay. Not financial advice, though. Good advice. Van Frick, how long is a short stick? Okay. And Dark Rico, let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. I don't even know what that's referring to. Dude,
it's actually funny. I got shown it over the weekend. It's this lady who's interviewing this guy who won Talladega for the very first time in NASCAR. And in the audience, as he's like giving his speech on like, this is great, I won, you hear in the background, fuck Joe Biden. Like very clearly. Yes. And then the lady's like, I think they're saying, let's go, Brandon. Like,
oh, my God. Okay,
like she got like right off the fly. It was really quick, but it was pretty funny. It was a good save. Like, she couldn't do anything about it because you can't edit live TV. She's like, I think they're saying, let's go, Brandon. Because that Brandon's who won the race.
Right.
And now people are saying hashtag let's go, Brandon on a...
Which is a subtle
Twitter
way of taking a jab at Biden. I got you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I've heard this thing trending all week. There was something that came out of my neck of the woods in Canada. There was an official... statement by the federal government saying no employees are allowed to use the term "let's go Brandon" in the office or at work.
That's so funny.
And then people were making it, obviously laughing it up, and I was like, what is this? I don't get it. Let's go Brandon. How could this possibly be banned by federal employees? I don't get it. And then I realized, it's because you're not allowed to make.
They put a kibosh on Brandons across the world.
Basically, yes.
Fuck you in particular, Brandon.
Yeah, all Brandons. They're all pieces of shit.
Yeah. Oh God! All right, this is of course not directed at any Brandons.
Stop watching our show, Brandon.
Yeah, we're gonna create a new type of ism. It's gonna be like nameism.
Yep. All right,
guys. We're talking to you in particular.
Yes, you've heard it.
Yeah, you who's listening, Brandon, you piece of shit.
Oh God! All right, let's slow it down here, guys. Let's get into the next segment, guys. We have TA coming your way. It's what you're all waiting for. Alex about to throw down on the charts. Let's get him live, and we're going to dive into that.
Is it my turn?
Yes,
sir. My time?
It's your time.
It's your turn.
Play ball. All right. Alex is going to be going live any moment
I'm going
now.
live. Let me. Oh no, I've got a water here. Okay, no, never mind.
Take your time. Take your time, because I still have to hop into that scene, which I am in now. I'm just going to make a couple of quick adjustments, because I still have my screen layout from yesterday, when Justin was doing his thing. Bear with me 1 second, guys. We're going to expand out.
I hope you enjoyed Justin yesterday. It's a nice change. Justin's style, similar in some ways, but also very different from mine.
Indeed.
Yep, he's very descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely takes his time looking through each request.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for Justin to get through requests.
Yeah, we've discussed that yesterday. We are gonna probably run a slightly different format on Fridays or the days that Justin is here. Again, because Justin indulges so many requests, guys, we will be probably limiting the amount of requests. Right? Justin can probably only do like 5 requests a day, so we might do a I'll find a way to basically shortlist everybody's requests. We'll figure that out. In the meantime, guys, we're here.
So people have to bribe us.
Yes.
Like, make it super chat only. Like, you got to bribe us. Sorry.
Yes.
You want. Justin was never rapid fire like mine is. As a matter of fact, that was one of the big changes, and I think draws of the way I did things differently from Justin in the beginning was that Justin is so descriptive. And he does spend so much time on each of them, and I didn't feel like I could do it that way. So it's like, okay, well, how about this, guys? Why don't you guys give me your requests, and I'll just go through them one after another. We'll just get to them, and that's just kind of like. The format just kind of happened naturally from that.
Yes.
Yeah, even with mine's even faster than that. Like, I just like to look at the chart quick, get an idea of it, and go. Like,
indeed, we all have
that is why Justin is so good at what he does in the sense of like the whole teaching aspect. He likes the educational part of it and teaching people what he's seeing. When I'm creating a system and showing you, oh, this looks like you can go long, this looks like you can go short.
Indeed, he is very good at that, and yesterday was certainly a demonstration of that. But again, all our traders have our own style, and I actually rather like that. And it's going to be nice to have.
That's what we're getting at. Yep.
We'll have 3 analysts rotating on the show soon, guys. So every day of the week you might have a slightly different take from our analysts.
New flavor.
Yes, sir. Nothing going to get stale around here. With that said, guys, I am ready to continue. I'm going to start logging your request. Alex is on screen. He's looking at the BTC/USD chart on BitMEX. So you enjoy the TA. I will be back with you guys in a few minutes. Take care.
Oh, hey, look at that. All right. It was a little red. Sorry, it looks like my flux was making this a little bit more red than it normally is.
That doesn't transmit through your screen capture. Flux only works on your client side.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, learn something new every day. So, for now, what I'm looking at is this break-in trend on Bitcoin. It's not severe. This is kind of what we had been expecting, a pullback towards the previous weekly resistance level. So resistance here, fake out, up thrust above distribution, lower high / swing failure pattern, collapse. This is in May. So last week we closed above previous all-time high weekly close. And now we're merely pulling back into this previous area of support and resistance. And it feels like this is where we should be buyers on Bitcoin. As we move into 60K, 58K, this is a good place to be looking to buy. Yeah, I'd be looking to buy in this order block right down here, which is 59,000, just under 60,000 range, really.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about yesterday. Was that 58 range?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and look at Ethereum. There's not much more to say about Bitcoin. I do think Bitcoin still looks bullish here. For now that we've made this new all-time high, I think if we close back below 58,000. Especially on the weekly, that would be really concerning. But until we do, let's remain bullish. We talked about this yesterday. For now, while we're making new highs, let's just forget about this bearish bias that we've had for a while as we reach resistance here, and be willing to be wrong and be bullish and make more money doing it. This is a little bit more concerning. So you see here on the daily, we have rejected from the previous high. What's up with this trend line here? This is not a very clean trend line. That's good. All right. I guess I'm fudging it a little. Let's fix that. Maybe. It looks a little bit like a rising wedge here on Ethereum. We're rejecting from resistance. We barely made a new all-time high, 43.72, 43.75 here on Binance. BitMEX we have 43.85. You see that here, the high of the candle, 43.85. Here we have 43.79. We didn't even make a new all-time high here on BitMEX. Bitfinex, 43.73, 43.70. So not even quite a new all-time high here. It's very interesting. And we do have this bearish divergence here. Yeah. Overall, to me, I know yesterday felt more bullish on Ethereum than things had for a while, but I think this is just a little bit of a retracement of the downtrend before we get a continuation. I think. Okay, so we don't have a broken downtrend here. The downtrend is something like. Yeah. We break this downtrend. We'll talk about this downtrend in Ethereum, Bitcoin. We'll talk about Ethereum maybe starting to outperform Bitcoin again. But for now, I think we should really stick to the TA that we've had going for weeks now, that have been telling us that Ethereum is going to lose value against Bitcoin in this spot. That a lot of alts are going to lose value against Bitcoin in this spot. Bitcoin dominance continues pulling back here. We've been expecting this since we got the break of the downtrend the day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I would consider this to be a healthy pullback. We'll likely see some more sideways here on Bitcoin dominance before we see continued upside. So I'm imagining something like this. Yeah. Something like that. Let's see. Uniswap perp not looking fantastic. We did not break this downtrend. But remember, we said this is very important, that we were going to keep track of this, and it would be a good sign if we broke the downtrend and we broke above the daily baseline, and we actually didn't do that here, right? So this is not a great look today, and maybe we still could tomorrow, right? But today this looks like crap here on Uniswap perp. Dragon perp. We really need to see more bullishness, especially here at resistance, right? Like, please, like we really need some more. Where's our uptrend? We'll keep our eyes on this. Not a great look if we break this uptrend. At that point, we would be looking for more downside. Those are our two options. We either go up right now, or we break down and we collapse. DeFi perp doesn't look terrible here. We are just kind of reaching this resistance level that we have been eyeing. If you've been in a trade, since this was a good continuation trade, if you took this one here, this is a time transformation kind of oversold, crosses up, giving us a continuation signal, kind of a baseline bounce long in this spot. Lots of sideways here on privacy perp, not really interested in it. Exchange perp kind of bullish here still. I think we can see some more upside. If we start closing above 13,000 here, this area, then that will be really bullish. We'll probably go into price discovery. But until then, as you guys know, I'd rather not buy something at resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Shit perp at resistance, don't really want it. Mid perp is basically the same, right? At resistance, don't really want it here. Blah, blah, blah. Exactly the same right here. So nothing looking fantastic until we get more bullish movement. While we're at the highs, this is not a great place to be longing from. It's really easy to like move up here and then you take it on the chin. And you get like this big downward candle and suddenly you're way underwater on this trade. So crypto market's down today, right? I'd say they're down. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, overall, like it's a mixed bag out there for some, but yeah, it's overall down.
Okay. Crypto market's down, dollar up. It's got to be.
You'd assume.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess not. What happened today?
No, maybe she's on the cusp.
I mean, I could tighten this line up a little bit. Or can I? Let's see. Here. Maybe we draw like this in. We're just starting to get the breakout here. What's this line here? So previous resistance, support, support, support. Breakout here on the dollar. Let's try and zoom in. So you see we've got support here. And here we come back down and retest this area. It's not a bad area to look too long from. I want to see a stronger breakout, but if we got it, it could be worth taking. I mean, look at time transformation here. Time transformation is giving us several bullish divergences in a row while we trade sideways. Let's see. We've got equal bottoms, but time transformation is starting to tell us that momentum is getting bullish. Could be, could be. All right, so dollars sideways, I guess, technically today. It was up earlier today. Back up. Dollar sideways, market sideways. Let's see. A new all-time high today on the Dow Jones.
That's really shocking.
What?
I said that's really shocking. I really didn't think that would happen.
Well,
There you go.
I think this is a good reason to be bullish, right? Generally,
Right.
more all-time highs if you get more all-time highs. Well, I think we can safely say that this is incorrect right here.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Okay, well, let's look at higher time frames now. 3-day, it's time to. It looks like it's time to suck it up and admit that maybe this was a distribution area and then we were bought back up right here at support. Doesn't really matter. Okay, this weekly closes in 2 hours. If we don't get majorly sold into, if we don't close below 355 today, then I say it's a bullish weekly close. It's it's time to put the nail in the coffin of the bearish case here. Let's go to the NASDAQ. Exit signal today, but again, this is maybe what we've been kind of expecting here, right? Like if we get this breakup and we had two options here. We move up, retest resistance, reject, which didn't happen here. And the other one we were thinking about was maybe the bullish case is we move up, we break above resistance, we retest it as support, and then upon holding it, we continue upwards and make this overall bullish movement. If we get this movement here, if we start to curl up here, we'll take that long, and you'll see what we can do with it. Because it'll be a nice low risk entry. We know if we break back below this area, it's time to get out. Yeah. Interestingly, we don't look so good here on the S&P 500. As a matter of fact, we're still below resistance. We're just at resistance, and we're starting to get this indecision doji. It's very interesting. Super bullish, gap up, super bullish, gap up, super bullish, gap up, super bullish, and then our momentum is just gone right at resistance. Where the fuck did our momentum go? Okay, well, for now, because the Dow Jones is so bullish, we're gonna remain bullishly biased on traditional markets, but it's not a great look for the S&P 500. This is exactly where you would respect a reversal, right?
Yeah.
We already completed this trade, so it's good. Let's head on over to world markets. Let's try and breeze through these. Gold, pretty good day today, but sold into. For now, I would suggest that this looks like it's bullish, but we're going to stick to our original plan of not entering unless we get a close above 1800, and we still have not done that. But this looks bullish now. We're starting to close above this area of support and resistance that we've been eyeing. And once we make it the rest of the way through it, that'll put us above 1800, and that's our sign that we're ready to go long on gold here. Silver getting a little bit more follow through. We're still expecting a full movement towards at least $26.
Mm-hmm.
Palladium. Good.
I was just gonna say I like that chart. Silver looks really strong there.
Yes, I agree. Palladium, more sideways. I think we'll continue to see more sideways here. While we consolidate near the lows, we'll come up, retest resistance at the top of the trading range, and then likely reject. Platinum, interestingly, we seem to have an area of support and resistance here. Weekly baseline right above our heads. We'll keep our eyes on it. For now, I would suggest to you this looks like an exit signal. It's a pretty strong rejection today. Copper. That was such a beautiful trade. We took profits right at the top. It's glorious. It's one of those examples where technical analysis just works exactly like it's supposed to. It doesn't happen every day. For now, nothing really to do here. This still looks like kind of like topping behavior. I wouldn't do anything. Just wait and see. Brent crude, It looks kind of like we traded sideways outside of our trend here. But lower time frames don't look bearish yet either. We're still seeing a lot of buyback on selling. So for now, I wouldn't do anything. But with the break of the trend, I'm kind of eyeing this to see if we can get a short out of it. Corn, yesterday we did get a break of the downtrend. So we're looking along this again. We got scared out of our previous long. That's just fine. Sometimes you got to take more than one swing at the ball.
Swing and a miss.
No, it's going to be a hit. Damn you.
Every time. You never go into it with the intention of missing.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't do anything with natural gas here, although it's starting to look a little bottomy. I think we might want to see one more swing down. Retest 450 here and land in this kind of interesting order block. Come up, collapse down into that order block. Retest this resistance area. Could be good. Soybeans, aha! You tried to get us, but we're still waiting for the break of this goddamn downtrend before we go long on soybeans. Nice try, soybeans. We learned our lesson on corn. Sugar, good weekly entry on a short here. We're waiting for a better entry on the day, though. Daily. Wheat, really starting to wind up for a parabolic run here. You guys better go out and buy your cereal soon, because in a couple of months' time, it's going to be worth twice as much.
People are going to be bartering with it.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we close the month above $7.30 on wheat, that's a breakout on the monthly here, guys. We have 1 week for the price of wheat to go down below $7.30. That's it.
Hope you got your Wheaties.
That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you guys. TA is really clear here. Australia, well, we got this break of the downtrend. I think we're expecting more upside here, at least to resistance. China 50, aha. Seeing more upside here. We are still coming up off of the lows of this previous resistance area. You guys will recall we longed this spot. We've taken a little bit of profit here during like this first pullback, but now we're just kind of waiting to see how long we can take this here. This is a very simple trade. Previously, this area had been resistance in 2015, 2018, and 2020. After last year's breakout, we recently pulled back towards this spot. Everybody's like, oh my God, we got to get out of China, emerging markets. Oh my God, Evergrande. Turns out to be the perfect time to buy. There's blood in the streets, guys. Very nice high
Evergrande,
and lows here. Boom, boom.
the Evergrande default is this weekend, Saturday, I believe.
Well,
On Monday.
someone tell the China A50.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens over the weekend.
France 40 very bullishly postured here. Kind of looks like this is going to go for new all-time highs. Singapore 30, very interestingly, has pulled back below the previous swing high in this area. We cross back below 365, this spot right here, we'll short it again. Now that we broke this resistance has to become our support. Otherwise, it's just going to be resistance again, right? We're going to come up here, we're going to poke our head above it like fucking whack-a-mole, and then we're just going to, sellers just going to step in, pow, right back below here. We're going to be trapped. Sideways here on Hong Kong, not really interested. Sideways on the UK. Yeah, it's good for today. So far, world markets overall look relatively bullishly postured. The exception of Taiwan, which I still think wants to shit the bed. If we get another short signal, we'll take it. All right. Hit me with those chart requests.
All right, guys, 1 second. All right, that's better. Let's get into the first request of today. Who is first on a request line? Let's go take a peep. Shoutouts to a new user, by the way, who came through the chat. Let's see here. Singularity Age Mindset. Singularity Age Mindset. Wish I could say based, but maybe not. But Mr. Singularity, shoutouts. Welcome to the show. Indeed, we are live. And I did make a note of your request, so hang tight. We should get to it in a few minutes. But in the meantime, hit the like button and subscribe. We come live to you every day, Monday through Friday. With that said, here is the first request of the day. It comes from our boy Anyword in the DLive chat requesting Ray, R-A-Y, that Ray, Metal Gear Ray.
Radiant. I haven't looked at Ray in a while. Looks kind of like a strong trade here. We have like more data somewhere else. There we go. Man, if you buy on listing day on FTX and you think you're going to make any money in the next few weeks, you are just deluded. FTX always lists their stuff at a high. They list, distribution, fuck off, goodbye, pop, 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 pop. And then they buy up the supply low again, bring it back up. Very classic FTX listing. Yeah, okay. I think I'm willing to take this at least back towards $13. This looks like a good trade. Another 30%, maybe 50% on the table takes back towards 15. I'm not really sure. But at this point, yeah, I'd be willing to buy anything back towards $9.50. And then if we close below like 875, 850, then I'd be out. So this is a really good low risk entry zone for radium. What's next?
All right, shout outs to the first request of the day. Any word, there is your look at Ray. User by the name of Rat Racer Janix on YouTube says, remember, Plan B's worst case scenario calls for 47 to 43K by the end of November. Man, you call 43K worst case scenario? I've got a worst case scenario for you. Jason, you're in.
Finance US.
Yeah, yeah. That's at the very least, that's a little teaser of maybe what guys. All I can think back is to the March meltdown back in 2020. Imagine we get another what's the word I'm looking for? Black Swan, quite like that. What kind of prices you guys see? Maybe something like that 8,000 we saw on Binance US. Yeah, maybe that was indeed a little teaser of what's to come. Yes, foreshadowing indeed. With that said, guys, again to the next request. On you RMB on Twitch writes, my request didn't make yesterday. Can we take a look at SENSO? Yes. Sorry we couldn't get to SENSO yesterday, but today I moved it up the list. Alex, what are your thoughts on SENSO? Pass me one of them SENSO beans.
SENSO bean.
What we got? I try and buy it back on pullbacks towards 70 cents, 65 cents. But I think you could. I think you might be able to make something out of this trade. I'd at least be willing to take it. Well, as we already are near 90 cents here. I can take it back towards $1.10. But like I said, I try and buy it back towards this area and then take it up there. We'll see what else it could do. But for now, I do like it as a long. What's next?
All right, there's a look at SENSO for you. Let's go ahead and get to the next request. We have the following for Christian Zeladon. Yes, this was asked a little earlier. Christian wrote, how high do you guys believe Bitcoin will go if it's under 100K guesstimate?
I don't know what that means.
I'm not too sure what that means, but Alex did cover Bitcoin earlier, so if you are tuning in...
If Bitcoin doesn't go above 100K, then how high will it go? We have no idea, buddy.
Yeah, there's no way
Maybe
we can...
74. I don't know.
Yeah, pick a number out of the hat, and that's your guess. Hey, if it's not 100K, what, 85? 85 sounds like a good round one? What's a good psychological number?
70.
Don't tell me we're going to go to 99.
74, Bob.
74, Bob? All right. 74. All right.
73.9.
You bastard.
I bid $1. $1. All right. Enough tomfoolery. Christian Zeldon, I will tell you by the end of October. Let's continue. Sub-Zero on YouTube writes, can we look at VRA veracity? At least I think VRA is veracity.
Yes, I do think this is veracity, but there's got to be a better trading pair than this one.
Let's take a look. Top trading pairs on KuCoin apparently in terms of volume.
Okay.
Maybe check Bittrex if you want a longer chart.
I don't really like it in this spot. We've already come up here, broken the uptrend, kind of hanging out below this resistance level right here. Today doesn't look especially strong. I would probably be looking to take profit in this area. If we made new highs, then you could consider longing above I don't know, 0.063 or whatever. But for right now, I think it makes more sense to be looking for a pullback in the spot. The price goes up, price goes down, price goes up again. I won't do much here. What's next?
All right, solid. That would be a look for at VRA for sub-zero. We got about 3 minutes away from that D-Live chest. So a little reminder to any D-Livians listening: get your lemons in. You got enough for a ice cream or a diamond even? Drop them in the chat below. We'll get to the chest in just a couple minutes. What do we got next? Next request of the day comes from Xavier on YouTube. May I request BCH and EOS? All right. B Casher.
Sir, wash those names out.
B cashing it up on a Friday.
This doesn't look like a very good spot to be longing BCH, does it? Just kind of move up here, retest the local point of control. What if? What if? And we've got this bearish divergence as shown. I don't know. It doesn't look too hot, right? Especially not as good as Bitcoin, right? If I had to choose between the two, the Bitcoin kind of looks better. Let's look at BCH Bitcoin. Huh. Now this is interesting because here we've got a break of the downtrend. Okay, well, for now, the break of the downtrend on BCH Bitcoin is not enough for us to be able... I mean, if you only trade in sats, then maybe this is a trade you would be interested in. But I trade my account in USD. So if I think that my trade might be USD negative, then I don't care that I'm stacking sats if I'm losing US dollar value. And for that reason, I probably wouldn't be interested in BCH. But I guess I do see that there is a break of the downtrend here on BCH Bitcoin. What was the other one, Jack?
EOS. Open up a pack of Laramers.
EOS has been such a disappointment for the last however many months. And I gotta tell you, from my conversations around the island, such a disappointment for the last however many years.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, just when you think you can't disappoint any longer. I would say that if I had to erase my bias here, EOS is kind of in the same position BCH is, right? We're like right at resistance. This is not obviously like a rising wedge or whatever we thought before. This is just kind of toppy looking. I don't see any reason to long it here. I don't see any reason to be longing on the weekly either. Let's see here. All right, so low, low, low. Come back here, retest the low. We're getting some bullish buyback here, but I would expect us to continue to languish near this low for a while on EOS Bitcoin. It would be pretty incredible to see us just go, just shoot up if you guys don't see that. And EOS ETH is looking interesting here. Break of this downtrend and putting in this this fake out low that we just faded. Let's see where the end of the month puts us here on EOS, but it's not a great look on the USDT pairing. It's like BCH. Bitcoin just looks stronger, right? Bitcoin is near the highs. Bitcoin is breaking out into new all-time highs. Doesn't it make more sense to buy into strength? Well, I'll leave it at that thought.
Indeed.
What's next?
Indeed. A nice extended look at EOS. A cold reminder of how badly my EOS bags have languished. I mean, to be fair, I'm still up probably from my entry, but dear Lord, I remember how the enthusiasm a few years ago. This was the first true Ethereum killer, or at least one that many people I think thought it would be. And man, here we are. Look how fortune has favored even something like Ethereum. All right, go ahead and open up.
What a great season to be an Ethereum killer. If only there were dApps on their platform to use and DeFi stuff, right?
Exactly. All right. With that said, who knows? I mean, I still hold my bag steady because I figure, you know, I should have jettisoned it for, you know, Bitcoin or Cardano or Ethereum, anything really, you know, Hex for God's sake, anything I could have copped instead. I should have done a long time ago. At this point, I'm wedded to my EOS bag. I feel like the moment I throw it overboard is the day we wake up to the great EOS announcement.
EOS is like the world's biggest sunk cost fallacy.
Yes, so I am going to hang steadfast onto my EOS bags. With that said, guys, I'm gonna introduce the next request and then open up the DLive chest. DLivians, get ready. That DLive chest prompt will appear on your screen in about 30 seconds. You've been warned. Alex, let's get into one of the last requests of the day. Well, we got a few left actually, but shoutouts to Murdoch the Murloc with the next request on Twitch. Hey guys, requesting Dia and Link. All right, Dia first and chest now. Get ready.
Yeah, right. Should view this as a breakout here, right? It's a daily one. I guess depending on how you could draw this a few different ways, and depending on how you draw it, it is or isn't a breakout. As things stand, I think I favor being long here rather than trying to be bearish on this. At the very least, I'd look to take this back towards $2, $2.25. Yeah.
All right, how do you feel about Link, assuming your thoughts on Dia are complete?
Not quite. Maybe you could even take it up towards 275. Now, Link, you said?
Correct.
Let's look at Link Bitcoin.
Shoutouts, by the way, to our DLive winners anywhere: David Rice, Rhino TD, PDD63. This Friday giveaway winners.
Well, arguably we have a break of the downtrend here. Break of a downtrend here on Link Bitcoin. Still have this downtrend to be retesting. think for now the jury's out for us on Link. What's USDT doing? Maybe. I mean, isn't this basically what we said would happen, like all the way back in August? Maybe we should like take our old TA and maybe say, okay, thank you, Alex of the past, for once again successfully predicting the future months in advance, and let's just look to be long in this spot, right?
Certainly doesn't look bad.
No, it doesn't look bad at all. I wish they were all.
Yep.
They all worked out like that. For now, I definitely want to take this back up towards $33 on Link. Whether or not we break out in this spot, I'm actually agnostic here. I don't, this was just like a guess here in the past. This is an educated guess, but it was a guess. So I don't have particular conviction that we're necessarily breaking out. What's next?
That was a look at Dia and Link for Murdoch to Murloc over on Twitch. Concern, let's read a couple of comments real quick before we get into one of the last requests of the day. Of course, we did ask a little earlier, or someone did, in one of the comments concerning Bitcoin price estimates. And Mr. Ether chimes in saying 85K. I do concur. 85K is kind of like a good psychological number. Maybe that is a sub 100K high target. Wook Chewy says if it doesn't get to 100K, it will be 98K. Well, there you go. That's quite definitive statement there. Rat Racer says November 98K, December 135K. Those are the Plan B numbers. Okay, yeah, I would certainly welcome a 135K Bitcoin by December. Kavana trades. No is a strong word. I don't think we'll get higher than 95, says Mr. Ether. If it's not breaking 100, my conservative guess is just under 185. Oh, there's your reasoning. I think if we break 200, Mr. Ether says, or we're going to continue before a multi. Okay, so if we break 200K, we're going into a multi-year bear market. Yeah, I mean, if we blow off all the way to 200, I imagine we know what comes next. Wook Chewy, in a few years, 100K will still seem cheap. And that's why we stack BTCs, guys. With that said, let's go ahead and get to the next request. What do we have here? We have CRV and AVAX for Boris of Bitcoin. Happy Friday, all. Can we look at Curve? All right, Curve, AVAX. Go look at Curvino. What else?
She's a beaut.
She's a beaut, Clark.
I'm in. You sold me. I would take this as probably a continuation long here. We'll just consider it as not having really crossed below our baseline here. We get the continuation signal today. Not enough momentum really, but we do have rising volatility. We don't really need momentum on a continuation signal. And you could probably take this to 360 easily, so it's a good. I can see it hitting take profit 1. Overall, I like it. It's on the list. Maybe put that up as a continuation long today. I'll pass that to Justin, who, as you guys know, Justin has taken over the signals once again. And then what was the other one?
AVAX, Avalanche. Yes, sir.
I see you, buddy. This is kind of this is an initial long here on my system. Yep. I'm telling you guys, trend breaks, right? You see a trend break, just take the trade. Just take the trade. There's always some alpha on the table if there's a break in trend. Okay, so. Yeah, this looks like a good trade. I could see getting at least take profit 1 here. Put that on the list for later. Thanks, Boris. What's next?
All right, shout outs to Boris on a Friday. There's your look at Curve and AVAX. 3 minutes left in the show. Let me name off the remaining requests today. We have this first one from BFlow. Can we look at Don USDT? What in the hell is Don USDT? Chico Blanco Verano wants to look at Theta Algo BZRX. Shout outs to Chico. Singularity Age. You know what? Singularity Age is one of the new users today. So let's give this new user the live chat a little bonus on a Friday. MOVR, VRA, and ALU. Well, we looked at VRA, I'm pretty sure. We did. We looked at Veracity. MOVR, MOVR.
Kind of like, let's here. What if we look at this as a descending wedge? What's a measured move give us here? It's taking around $450 or so. That's where a measured move would take us. All right, so it's a little late to be buying Moon River right here. I would look to buy a pullback towards $350 or $300. $300 is a pretty good pullback if you can get it. But I think 350, 345 might make more sense. So I'm looking at this order block right here, this trend line right here, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. So this kind of 350 is an interesting spot, but 350 is the better spot to be a buyer. But 300 is the better spot to be a buyer. Excuse me. Buy on the pullback and then take it the rest of the way towards $450. I think that's the best way to play mover here.
All right, shoutouts to Singularity. That was your look at MOVR. VRA we did a little earlier, so if you're joining us late, do check out the timestamps after the show to take a look at VRA. As for ALU, unless Alex is feeling extra generous, not sure if we have any time left
I'll
for
look at BZRX just because we haven't looked at it in forever, but
yeah, let's throw Chico a bone. Singularity, if you can hit us up on Monday, we'll be back. We'll certainly look at ALU and other requests all week long. Coming up next, BZRX.
beautiful. Great find. I see what you see. What were we just saying about breaks of trend? I don't know, guys. Kind of looks like a killer break of a downtrend. Why not look to take this back towards either 40 cents, kind of looking here, or maybe even 45 cents up here? Let's zoom out. Okay, so yeah, we'll look to take profits in this area first, and then we'll just hold on and see if we can get like a higher high. But I mean, it's clearly like there's a solid trade here on the table with the break of this trend. So thanks, Chico.
Chico, good eye, my man. That is a quality request to wrap a Friday up with, guys. It is 2:30, so a 90-minute show is in the bag. Shoutouts to everybody kicked it with us this Friday afternoon. Yeah, it's been a great one. Hopefully some much needed insight into what the markets are up to. Let's have a look at the live chat real quick. Shoutouts, of course, to some remaining requests. BFlow. Sorry, we couldn't look at DWAC. Raven as well for Chico. We'll check Raven out on Monday. Raven did pump pretty good today. And Don USDT as well for BFlow. So sorry, guys, we're going to move to the exits here. Let's go just quickly check in on the live chat, see if I missed anything. Lots of support on Link. Bring on the bear market, says BFlow. No, thank you. David Rice. We all know that the bear is milking a hard one. Right on Rice. BFlow thinking his bear is going to get some. Doge Pound update roadmap is jam-packed. Okay. Doge Pound. Noted. Crypto Bull 21. Much thanks to everyone. Have a safe and fun weekend. Indeed, guys, have a very safe and fun weekend. You know what to do in the meantime, though. Do check out that premium.krakencryptocurrency.com for all our premium offerings, including our education material like the Pathways to Profits course, mentorship sessions, man, access to Justin Wise himself increasingly more, and yeah, guys, lots of more, I think, development happening at our premium, right? I do know, in fact, that they're revamping material, they're going over old material. I'm not privy to all the details, but I do know the likes of Dark Rico, Justin Wise, and many more are in the lab grinding out even more valuable content for our premium.krakencryptocurrency.com offerings. Highly encourage you guys to check that out, or stand by, because we are approaching Thanksgiving and holiday season. That's usually when we deploy, the Black Friday and maybe the holiday sales. So if you guys are interested in maybe getting one of our premium offerings on that link I mentioned, consider checking that out, picking one out now, and snagging it at one of the upcoming sales. All right, guys, not to deny ourselves an early sale, but I figure I'd start warming everybody up to that idea. Also, do check out results.krakencryptocurrency.com. We're finally up to date on our results. Highly encourage you guys to check out the performance of our traders, show you what our education, what our tools, what our approach to trading can do, and of course check out discord.krakencryptocurrency.com for our Discord server. Look forward to seeing you in there. Be sure to hit us up if you have any questions at all, anything like that. That is the home of the Kraken Crypto community. With that said, I don't have much more to add. Final words to our analysts. Alex, what are your thoughts?
Trade safely.
Yep, and for me, just trade safely, and remember that usually the weekends, the price action usually ends up kind of averaging out. So make sure not to get too locked into lower time frame trades and biases. But it should be interesting, man. I'm not really sure which way this goes right now. We could just keep seeing Bitcoin bleed out here for a little bit and let other things catch up, or we could keep bouncing here. I'm just not quite sure. I'm interested to see what happens.
I'm going to assume weekends are going to do what weekends do, and that is march up just to end up opening Monday right where we're leaving off right now, which is a $60,000.
Right. Just always pay attention to Friday close.
Yep. All you got to do is check the Friday thumbnail on YouTube. You see what price I put there. That's usually the price we open at on Monday. Ignore the volatility in between. But guys, peace out. Trade safely. Much love to you all. We'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Goodbye.